DOJ and the NBI with respect to the so-called Bikoy videos. And also, if you may have some follow-up questions regarding the joint guidelines on alien work permits that was signed yesterday in San Fernando, Pampanga, although Undersecretary Mark Perete here has already issued a press statement regarding the joint guidelines yesterday. Kung meron kayong gusto i-clarify, pwede nyo ring itanong ngayong hapon. So let's begin with the investigation on the Bikoy video. So just to be very accurate about what happened, kasi iba-iba yung istorya na lumilitaw sa media. Okay, so let me just go over a narrative of what transpired para pare-pareho kayo ng sinasabi sa inyong mga reports. On April 17, 2019, that was Holy Wednesday, I instructed the Department of Justice, Office of Cybercrime, or OOC, and the National Bureau of Investigation Cybercrime Division, or CCD, to initiate a joint investigation in order to uncover the identity of the producers and uploaders of the Ang Totoo Narcolist videos, which feature a certain Bikoy, a self-confessed previous drug syndicate member, according to him. Investigation revealed that a recently created YouTube channel with the username Ang Totoong Narcolist posted several videos of Bikoy implicating certain members of the first family, including someone of minor age, as members and or beneficiaries of drug syndicates in the Philippines. Further investigation disclosed that a certain website with domain name metrobalita.com was constantly posting links of the aforesaid Ang Totoong Narcolist videos, which allowed the public to have easier access thereto. Using an open source tool, it was found out that the subject website was registered by a certain Rodel Jayme. Other personal circumstances, including his complete mailing address and mobile number, were also discovered. Accordingly, on 29 April 2019, that was last Monday, the NBI CCD filed with the Regional Trial Court, Makati City, Branch 148, an application for warrant to search, seize, and examine computer data pursuant to the rule on cybercrime warrants promulgated by the Supreme Court against Rodel Jayme for cyber libel under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Judge Andres Soriano, you remember him, the judge in the rebellion case, Trillanes rebellion case, issued the warrant sought for against Rodel Jayme on the same date, April 29. At around 4 o'clock in the morning of 30 April 2019, the NBI CCD agents went to Rodel Jayme's residence and implemented the said warrant. Rodel Jayme was cooperative and surrendered his desktop computer and its peripherals, mobile phone, and internet service provider or ISP billing statements, which are subject of the said warrant. After the implementation of the said warrant, Rodel Jayme voluntarily went to the NBI headquarters with the CCD agents to provide clarification on the issues involving the publication of the Ang Totoo Narcolist videos. Pursuant to the same warrant, the NBI Digital Forensic Laboratory conducted a forensic examination of the seized devices. The results showed that Rodel Jayme was indeed the registrant and administrator of the website metrobalita.com. Likewise, it showed that Rodel Jayme published the link of the Ang Totoo Narcolist videos on the said website, which facilitated the circulation of the subject videos. Based on the aforesaid forensic report, Rodel Jayme was arrested by the NBI CCD agents who will present him for inquest before the National Prosecution Service of the DOJ. I will leave the determination of the existence of probable cause to the sound judgment of the inquest prosecutor. You may now ask your questions, and our Chief of the Communications Division, Irene, will moderate.
We have Attorney Mike from ABS-CBN.
Attorney Mike.
We know the theory behind the arrest, if it was considered a continuing crime, because we understand that when the evidence were recovered against him, was he considered to be in the act of committing a crime, considering that what they have is search warrant and not an arrest warrant?
Of course, we know that there are arrests incidental to his search. All right. So what is issued by the court is a search warrant, but in the course of implementing the search warrant, it is possible that an offense might be discovered, which may be actually continuing, and in that sense, a warrantless arrest can be effected.
So in this case, is it the cyber libel charge in which the search warrant was promulgated that's considered as
I have not seen the charge. Let's probably ask the NBI if they are at liberty to disclose it at this time. Chief, are you at liberty to disclose a charge at this time?
There will be a follow-up investigation on this matter, sir. And we have already communicated with our legal and evaluation division for the proper charge that we will be filing against Rodel Jayme.
Can we confirm, sir, if cyber libel was included as among the possible charges that's being considered?
Yes, sir. We are considering that.
Further questions, Irene? Please moderate.
The Rodel Jayme po is not Bikoy.
It seems that we do not have any clear information on that. Rodel Jayme and Bikoy are not necessarily one and the same person. We do not know as of this time the exact identity of the person named as Bikoy.
Anjo from CNN.
Yes, Anjo.
So just to be clear, the one you arrested was not the one who created a YouTube account. He just uses the owner of the Metro.com website, who just posted the links of the narco list, of the following narco list.
Sir, we could only confirm that he was the one who created metrobalita.net.
They're not one and the same. He's not also the one behind the YouTube channel, which uploaded the videos.
We are still conducting an investigation as to that aspect.
Sir, pwede ko bang malaman kung yung Rodel Jayme ay sino siya, anong background niya? Meron ba siyang political affiliation?
Maybe you can do your own checking on that. All that we know ay ang kanyang personal circumstances. Now, whether he has any affiliation with any group, I guess you as reporters would have information regarding that. You can check on your own.
It's not part of the investigation.
We are investigating the possible commission of an offense. We are not delving into any political issues here.
Benji Punta from the Philippine News Agency.
Sir, how many other people are the investigators looking at? Tsaka yung possible nila, sa ranking nila dito sa likely, if any.
NBI, are you at liberty to disclose that, Chief?
Sir, the investigation is still ongoing, sir.
I'd like to emphasize that investigation is still ongoing. There are other persons of interest to the NBI. Unfortunately, we cannot disclose the nature of this investigation at this time so that the operations can go on unhampered. We just called this meeting or this press conference so that you might be clarified about what has happened so far. But we assure you that if more information will surface, then we'll probably call another press conference to divulge more information of public interest.
Sir, I can ask.
Yes, Mark.
Sir, may we know what prompted the investigation? Was there a formal complaint that was filed? Was this in reaction to the reaction of Malacanang when the video surfaced? What exactly prompted the investigation that led to the subsequent?
Well, that's a very good question, Mike. You know, Malacanang has absolutely nothing to do with this. This is an initiative taken by the Department of Justice in the light of certain serious allegations issued by an unknown person. So before we even begin to consider investigating the allegations of this unknown person, we thought that it is proper first to find out who this person is and what his background is, so that that could be a good starting point on whether or not we should pursue the allegations that he was making in his Bikoy videos.
So does this leave room for possibility of further investigating the allegations against him, aside from filing cyber libel charges against him?
You mean his own allegations?
If you're also going to investigate.
Of course. But let's determine first whether this person is something that would have some credibility to begin with.
So can you comment right now if it's credible?
No, I wouldn't be in a position to say whether he is credible or not, because the full report of the NBI is yet to be submitted. As I said earlier, further operations are being conducted at this time. Certain other persons may have to be looked into. Any further questions?
Jeff of Manila Bulletin.
Yes, Jeff.
When does the NBI intend to file a complaint against Guevarra?
My understanding is the NBI has intended to file a complaint for inquest very soon, but they're currently evaluating the exact charges, the charge or the charges that will have to be included in that inquest complaint.
Ram Watalamo of Rockler.
Secretary, I just wanted to ask about his arrest. What sets him apart from other people who shared the link of the video? Because he just shares it from his own website. What is so special about metropolitan.com or .with?
Well, it appears that he was the one who started all of this by creating the website. All right, behind the subsequent uploading of the. I start with him.
Basically, sir, sa website niya, unang lumalabas lahat ng Bikoy videos, but he doesn't own the YouTube channel where they were posted. So, did the NBI look at the timestamps to actually establish that doon kauna-unahang lumabas?
Good question. Yeah, good question. Maybe may we refer that to the NBI or Agent Senora can probably answer that question well.
As of now, sir, we are
Dito.
as of now we are still conducting further evaluation on that matter. As a to our investigation, we are not solely looking at Metro Balita. Our investigation have catered to several accounts, but as to this side, it was yung mga information na available right now for us. But there are continuing investigation being conducted by the NBI.
follow-up?
Yes, follow up po. So right now, the search and the you looking for him is actually prompted by the actual act only of sharing the video. Because it was also shared in many other social media accounts. Even in Facebook, it was viral. So thousands of shares from thousands of different profiles. So what sets this person aside?
Sir, I will not be discussing the details on how we investigated, sir. But from our point of view, he must have known that those videos were produced and they were just a tool in propagating those videos.
Can I ask one more in relation to that? Sir, how would you, if that is your basis, sir, how would you reconcile this with the Supreme Court decision, which upheld the cybercrime law, which declared that the mere sharing of a video, if you are not the one who created and uploaded the video, cannot be considered cybercrime? Would you be able to discuss that and explain that?
Sir, as we have mentioned, we have already elevated the matter with our Legal and Evaluation Division for their evaluation on what proper charges will be filed against the subject, sir.
So there are other charges other than cybercrime? Are there
Sir,
any other charges?
remember, sir, the Public Act violation of Republic's Act 7610, which is violence against children. Good, yes, sir.
How is that involved? Because of the amendment.
Yes.
There is a possibility that the charge would not only be a single charge. Okay, NBI is finalizing these charges. Cyber libel was mentioned, and anti-child violation of the child abuse law insofar as a minor is concerned, and possibly even just possibly even a higher type of offense, depending on further investigation.
So in the case of child abuser, would it require the participation of the family or the victim himself? If you're going to file child abuse, would that necessarily mean Kitty himself or herself will have to file the charge, or the parents of Kitty, for example, on her behalf?
We do not know that as yet, if the family will also participate actively or will initiate a complaint in this regard. Any further questions?
Sir, saan lang nakadetain si Jaime?
NBI may answer that question. Where is he? Under whose custody is this guy, Rodel Jayme, in at the moment?
He's with the NBI, sir.
Ivan Mayrina of
Yeah.
GMA News.
Good afternoon, Secretary. As we speak, no charges have been filed yet, but he is being held. Sa medical. Wala pa naman, right?
Sir, we are strictly following yung regulatory period, sir. It is still within the regulatory period.
The period for determination of whether arbitrary detention is committed or not. It's still within the period. So I suppose that the NBI should be able to file something if this is something that is inquestable to begin with.
Further questions?
Right?
Yes, sir.
Kasi I just wanted to go back to the basics about what he did. That he shared the video on his own website, but there are also other people who shared it. What makes him special? What are other acts that he did that made you apply for search warrant against him, that made him suspect and stand out as compared to other users in the cyberspace?
Sir, we do not want to discuss the specifics on how we started the investigation because it might compromise further operations pertaining to this case.
Not now.
Let me just add that certain information or data gathered after the forensic examination of the contents of the laptop or the computer or mobile phone might reveal something a lot deeper than cybercrime. So we'll just wait until more of this information is validated. All right, so addressing your question, that makes this person a little bit more special than the others. All right?
Sir, any connection to sa ouster na?
I cannot answer that question this time. It may or it may not have something to do with that alleged ouster plot. But I'm not confirming that. As the NBI said, it's still under further investigation for now. So this is just the first of our press con on the matter. If there is something a lot more significant than what has been done will arise in the next few days, then we'll probably call another press conference.
So maybe have a short background of who this Jayme, Rodel Jayme is. I mean, what is his job? Is he an IT professional? Who is he? Why? What makes him? I mean, who is he? Who is he? I mean,
As I said, you can actually, we have already given the name. You can try to find that out yourselves. But NBI, right? NBI, I don't know. NBI, have you gotten anything? More information about this guy than he being a blogger or something?
As to this point, sir, I think we're not yet allowed to disclose anything because, as mentioned earlier, we're still conducting an investigation. Please understand that we're in a position very critical. So, as for now, we have to not to divulge anything which we think is critical to the case.
Sir, can you do that? Is he a millionaire?
Yes, single ba, sir? Single.
Legal age.
Of legal age, maybe I could say that.
Alright, okay.
One last question, sir, from Johnson.
Sir, para ho dun sa lahat ng nag-share, nag-like, nung original post, anong liability po nila?
OOC, can somebody from the Office of Cybercrime answer that question? Attorney Chet.
Well, as mentioned earlier, yung sa pag-share ng videos, if I'm correct in interpreting the decision of the Supreme Court, as discussed earlier by Mike, that mere sharing of the videos is not punishable or would have no criminal liability. But then, of course, we don't want to say that in a straight manner that they don't have any liability, because since it's still a continuing investigation, because who knows, those who might have also shared the videos would have also some sort of a liability, as may be later on disclosed as per investigation of the FBI agents. So, yeah.
There may be something deeper,
Yeah.
That's
Do you
it.
consider the cyber libel offense a continuing crime?
Parang medyo ibang discussion na yan. Has nothing to do. Medyo general na yan. Pwede natin pag-usapan later, Mike. Pero wag na dito. Sa
You request a legal opinion, Mike.
Yes, opinion na yan.
Alright.
Thank you, Mike.
One last na. Sorry po.
So you acknowledge po kanina na it's not really, wala naman talagang liability so far for sharing the video. But is the act of sharing enough to prompt an investigation to apply for a search warrant for possible, as you mentioned, sir, kanina na may possible other crime siya? Kasi hindi pa naman established. But right now, there's a probe into other possible crimes. Would it be enough to use sharing the video as a basis to search or to probe a person?
For now, we're focusing on this guy. We're not done with this guy yet. Okay? And it may turn out after further investigation that some other people, some special people who propagated the video or shared the video in a very vigorous manner may have to be investigated further. Likewise.
NBI po kami na-discover na contacts yung suspect natin with those persons behind sa YouTube channel.
Please remember, please be informed that, again, as the time that we serve the search warrant, we already seized some devices. But those devices right now is under forensic examination. And again, we cannot disclose any result thereof because we have to get a proper clearance from our bosses for that.
The Office of Cybercrime of the Department of Justice has gotten in touch with, this was the very first thing that the OOC did, was to get in touch with Attorney Chat, with Google or with YouTube?
YouTube, Google.
All right,
Sir.
all right, for the preservation of the data. Okay, so no questions on the joint guidelines. Pretty clear, the joint guidelines. Maliwanag na, that's the purpose of the joint guidelines actually, to make clear kung ano ang delineation of functions ng BI, ng DOLE, ano yung mga areas na po pwede mag-issue ng special work permits ang BI, ano ang dapat gawin ng DOLE bago siya mag-issue ng alien employment permits, and so forth and so on. So I guess that's pretty clear in the joint guidelines. So unless you have some things to clarify further. Oh yeah.
Just the president.
Right. Okay, sige. Saan? Balik tayo dun sa unang... Oh yes. Yeah, Attorney Chat, would you like to disclose the response of Google Legal?
Yes. We requested Google, which is the owner of YouTube, to preserve the data. And they responded positively. They will preserve the data for a year while we are going through the legal processes here.
Gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the NBI Chief, Dante Guevarra. Sorry, I'm sorry, Deputy Director. My error. Deputy Director. Oh, I see. Deputy Director Guzman. De Guzman. Sorry.
Any further questions, please?
Sir, correct yung hiding niya, Jayme.
Yes, sir.
Not I.
Not I.
Why?
Kayo na lang maghanap about him.
Because our profile is a Twitter blogger, gamer, nicest amateur radio.
Twitter niya.
Anyone can anyone can post something in the internet. It's you all have the freedom to show kung ano yung gusto mong ipakita. But as to that, we are not bordering on that. We are here for the technical aspect of the case.
Will you be checking with the NTC kung may ham radio and license na sure?
So now I think we don't see that to be useful for our case, but we're just focusing on the things that would matter for the eventual fighting of the case.
Sir, pwede ba sabihin kung saan address exact sinerve yung search warrant?
Are we at liberty to disclose that? Excuse me. Wag muna. Yeah, that may endanger the person. So for his own security, definitely within 50 kilometers radius. Okay, not so far. All right. If there are no further questions, thank you very much for coming over.
Mike, ikaw ba yung extra? Okay lang.
You know, you're from your class.
I cover the police in the military. I'm relieving for Ian right now.
Oh, that's why. Masisikip ang mga tanong eh.
Hindi, sir. Sir, I'm on your team.
Right. Lawyer to.
Sir, I'm on your team.
Good. Sir, Sabado mo tayo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no comment. No comment.
Rodel Jayme.